behind me versus doing it the other way, because then you can't enjoy the fall leaves, right, if I turn you to the screen. I was planning to come out and do this yesterday, and it was raining, it was cold, and I haven't had one in a very long time.
Peace plan for Gaza.
Sorry about that. I had the volume out on the computer. I haven't had one for a while, but I ended up having kind of like a fibromyalgia fog. It was really weird. And so I decided, I just had one of them days. I got up and I'm like, okay, let's just not do this today. So I decided to kind of take the day off. I worked on some content, got some crochet work done, and I was in some pain, and I decided to just take it easy. We actually, on the way coming back from Mount G's on Wednesday, got very close to some deer. I was actually looking down on my phone, and all of a sudden, Josh slammed on the brakes, and I looked up, and there were deer right in front of the car. And of course, we have a dash camera that did not record it, because that would be great. I took my hand, I hit it against the window, and I was really sore because I jerked. So I think between all of that and just so forth, it just was one of those days where I was like, nothing's processing correctly today. I'm in a little bit of a fog, so let me just take the day off. And so that's exactly what I did. So we decided to wait until today to actually do and finish these scarecrows, and I don't think it's going to rain today. But I kind of took us back to the position of putting the little scarecrow inside, the little head part of it, inside of the terracotta pot. So I've got to that. We've sealed these with Mod Podge. You can see the shininess. That's what I'm saying. I would put some kind of Mod Podge on it. We put the glitter on it, which is with the glitter glue. If you're going to take it outside, I'd go inside and do the enamel. I would also, if you're going to do it outside, I would paint the inside of this, spray the inside with enamel for it, and I would definitely 100% spray this with something stronger than Mod Podge. But if this is going inside, you don't necessarily have to paint the inside. You can get away with Mod Podge and you should be good. We also, when we were down at the Walnut Creek, got the ShoeBoxes starting. So we're going to fill those today, or start to fill those. Hi, Sandy. So we got the ShoeBoxes. So we got those. We're going to get back to the pumpkin. I don't know why pumpkin's on my head. Back to the scarecrow. And when I was down in the Amish country, I got the pumpkin. And we are going to... Hi, Michael's Adventures. Nice seeing you. We actually are going to put a horse face on this tomorrow. So I thought it was a pretty handsome pumpkin, actually. I liked the front of it. I thought it was good for that. So we're going to put a horse face on this pumpkin tomorrow. No carving needed. And you all can put hashtag blessed in the chat if you want people to crochet that connection to your chat. I added the saying into Nightbot. We'll see how that works today. Anyway, welcome on in. So I'm going to bring you down a little further so we can actually see what I'm doing with the scarecrow, so you can see how I'm finishing it. I could not believe that storm, by the way, when we were out here on Tuesday. The minute I got inside, it was over with. It was wild. I mean, if you saw, we took like a little, I did a little short on it. It was wild, and it was poured for like 2 seconds, and then it was over with. It was like, it's crazy. It was absolutely crazy. It's cloudy, but look at the fall leaves behind us. I had to point this way because the fall leaves were just spectacular, aren't they? So let me bring you this way, and I'll move you back a little bit so we can focus on finishing these scarecrows that are so cute. So I took us back to the start where we're having, okay, these. So again, we took the Mod Podge, which put the shininess. I would suggest whether you're going to put these inside or out to seal them. If you're going to put them outside, again, paint the inside and go to Lowe's and get something that is enamel, something that's a little stronger than Mod Podge. We just paint poured over these and that's in another video, but you could just paint these regularly. They're not that, it's not that necessary. Now, I made a mistake when I did this. Is if I was going to do this, I should have taken the string of all of these first and fed it through this and then put the head on. But because I put the head on already, I can't do this. So we'll have to do it a different way. But if I was doing this and thinking before I did it, I would have taken all the strings, put them through at least the legs, not so much the arms, but definitely the legs, and put them through and then glued them just as an extra precaution. But we'll make it work. It'll be fine. We're not, it's not going to be running cross country. So the first thing we're going to do is, because we've got to put the arms on. Okay, next. Sorry. First thing we're not going to do. The first thing we're going to do is actually take these, all 4 of them. Okay, and I bought this. You can use raffia, but this is what I found. So this is Aspen Wood Collection. And so we're going to take that, we're going to hot glue some on the bottom just to have that kind of coming out of raffia is so much easier, but this is all I could find. When I went, I said, y'all have raffia? They had no idea what raffia was. So anyway, I would just take a section of this and see, we're just going to stick it. Probably easier than raffia now that I think about it. You see? So it's kind of like it's coming out of each one of the terracotta pots. But here's the other thing. Before you do that, you have to add some string onto it because you're going to cover up that hole. So even if we added extra string, we can always take that off. So do more string, and this is just regular twine from Dollar Tree, right? I'm using a needle, my yarn needle, because it's just easier to get it through. And we're just going to do this. So this way, okay? The part that we really want to have is this end part, okay? We want to just take it and tie some knots so we have a nice bump so it's not going to go through the pumpkin, or the scarecrow. I kept my mind on that pumpkin. It's going to be really cute. It was something I saw on Facebook, and it's going to be so cute to do with the pumpkin. You don't have to carve it. So sort of make sure that you're going to be able to hold it, and then you're just going to snip that end, and it's going to be covered with hot glue. So that's the first one. And we're going to do that. Do it all the way through before we put on the things. Hi, Doris. We're finishing our scarecrow. I'm going to show you all too how to do ornaments, but paint pour is like so easy. It's so simple. It's so much fun to do. I will link in this video below the video that we paint poured these terracotta pots on. They're just so easy, but we're going to do some ornaments that we can paint pour over for you guys to see. It's really easy. It's simple, but this makes for a cute pumpkin. If you guys haven't hit that connection button, we all know what I'm talking about, please do. We're on the road to 2K. We're about 46 away. We'd like to reach that goal by the end of the year. So that's happening. And then, of course, we last year filled 2 Samaritan's Purse shoe boxes. And I got the shoe boxes down at Miller's or Walnut Creek. So we're going to work on starting to fill them. So anybody that sends anything over today will go towards filling those shoe boxes. We have some supplies. We have a wish list on our link tree. And it also cost about $10 to track the shoe boxes. So we like to do that because then we know where they're going every year. So We do shoe boxes too. Yeah, we did 2 last year. We're trying to every year double them, and it's in memory of my grandmother, because my grandmother loved kids. She always gave to St. Jude, so I figure out she'd have loved to do this. So, you know, she was a product of, you know, the war over in Scotland, and, you know, living very, you know, meager means. And I remember her telling me that when she was a kid, they would have to put like the coins in the little heaters in order to get warm. And if they didn't have enough, then they just got cold. So I figured this was a good thing for her. Good thing for her memory. So we do it in memory of my grandmother every year, and I want to see it continue. We also sent out our first blessing box to one of our subscribers that is dealing with stage 4 cancer. She does yarn for hats for veterans, and so we sent her her first box of yarn that I was not going to use. It actually was from a blanket that I did for a friend of mine who lost her daughter in a very, very, never should have happened. She was taken from this world very harshly. And so I did a blanket for her, and I had leftover yarn, and I figured out that's where her needed to be spread even further in memory of Awakened by the Looking Glass's daughter. So, okay, that's coming up. So I started putting, guys, in the chat hashtag blessed, and I made it as a Nightbot command so that it will put in there so that you guys can connect with each other's channels. But I was just I've really, as a fibromyalgia patient, I don't have a lot of like fog, but yesterday I had fog. I was like, I haven't had this in a long time. Not one of the signs I usually have, but yesterday I couldn't think for nothing. All right, so now that we got done that, we're gonna take a bunch of this stuff, right? And we're just gonna stick it in here. And if you don't want to paint pour these, just get terracotta pots, right? And just paint them. You could put little clothes on them. You could crochet little clothes if you wanted to. Now see, when that hangs, it's gonna have kind of that straw-like look in there. Maybe this stuff is easier than raffia. I wasn't quite sure, but it's messy, I can tell you that. So I would just stuff it. So that's the next step we want to do. We want to take all of this, and kind of just put it in here. And then we're going to hot glue it. And I cannot find my glue stick, so I'm kind of having to hopefully have enough glue to finish this. I've got 2 glue guns. I don't know where my glue sticks went to, but we'll make it work. We always do. So I'm taking this, right, and I'm going to really hold that string so that this is inside, right? And why aren't you? I know I have you on. Do I not have you on? Maybe, nope. That one wasn't on. That one wasn't on because we had to turn it off real quick, so I'll use the smaller one. So just hold your string tight, get some glue, get that string down there, and then just fill the thing, right? And we're just going to take this ball of stuff and just stick it down there. And just stuff it in. Now, see, that's kind of fills what you would see on a scarecrow. And you can fool around with it and get it to, and it's not that, tell you what degree temperature it is. I thought it was going to be colder out here. It's not. It's actually really nice. see what temperature it is out. Just spread it out. Now, that's the first one, right? So now, or 48 degrees, but it doesn't feel like 48. So that's the first one, right? So now we're going to do it on the other ones. I'm going to be covered with this stuff. And so just take it, and I would put in there a little bit before so you see if you need to add more. But maybe this stuff is a little easier than raffia because it winds up in a little ball and it kind of sticks together. So again, hold your thing tight. That's why I would suggest doing it before you put it in, tie it, because it would be easier to hold it. And again, pick a section and just stick it. You can do this with the kids. And it's going to stick in there pretty good. See, now we got this. So that's all you're doing is you're taking the stuffing. Whoops. Try not to break these before I get into them. Right? I'm getting some on the ground, but it really won't matter because it's all natural. I think it's wood, so. Just kind of mess around with it for a minute before you kind of decide. Hold that. I'll have to use the other one and hope and pray I've got enough glue. As my mother, I love her, but she tends to take things and then she hides them and she doesn't know what she's done with them. And I need to go get some more glue sticks. Okay. Next one, you could add more than what I'm adding. I'm kind of not adding as much as I think I'd like to because I'd like to have enough for glue, or glue to stick them. Messy project. I would probably suggest doing this part someplace either over a trash can or outside, where if you get some on the thing, it's just wood, so it's all natural stuff. Won't be affected by it. Okay. Oops, I didn't hold my yarn. I forgot that step. Oops, you gotta dribbles. We'll hide that. Then you give it a haircut if you need to. If you need to kind of get some stragglies that are a little bit. So now that's that one. And if your comments go away quickly, it's because they go away when you do a vertical live or horizontal live. Looks like it. We're a little colder than everybody else, right? All right, so we're gonna take, let's see, which ones do we want to take? I kind of, after you get that part done, blue strings would be a millionaire. Probably take them and hang them. So we'll take these two because those look, the fill looks about the same on those. Okay. And you're going to hang this from, we already put, these were at Dollar Tree. I don't know if they have anymore, but they were a 2-pack. I've had these in my collection for a while. So we just snipped off the end and we put it down in the terracotta pot hole. And that's the stick from it. So You could put arms, but I think that when you put this stuff, the filler in, it kind of, again, if I was doing this, I would probably put the leg stuff in first. You want to try to not mess up your bow tie. All right, so before we knot it and get it on there, we're going to see where it hangs, and then we can adjust it. But we want to do it on this side, right? So let's see if I think it needs to come up a little bit more. So you're going to just adjust it to where, and you know, even though we're called Blessed to Crochet, guys, we're a channel that focuses 100% on connecting. You do not have to know how to crochet to be a part of our community. You just have to want to come in and connect and make friends and have that connection, whatever you're going through. We're trying to build a community of people. That's what this channel is all about. Hi, Aimfield. It's not for anything else but total connection. But I could not believe the wind. Needs to be up more. It won't go. I cannot, when we were on top of Mount Gees, I could not believe the wind was unbelievable. It was like, I've got to do a short on the wind because it was like, oh my goodness. It was unbelievable. And then tomorrow, there's a local place that we go. I'll be getting up early tomorrow. So there you go. I think I like that. Oops, I'm going to drop it. Is that a good place, do you think, for the arms? I mean, you could, if you wanted to, take this and kind of, you know, if you didn't want it to clink, you could, you know, glue it there. But I think that's good, or do you think it needs to be up? Hey, Farrah Brooks, do you think it needs to be up further like this, or do you like it hanging like that? Look like more like an arm? Y'all let me know. Does the arm need to go up more? Or do you think it's good like that? I think it's pretty good like that. I think it's pretty good. So, because if we do it too far up, then it will look weird. It won't look like an arm. Look like he has very short arms. So I kind of think wow. Do you think that's a good level for the arms, or do you think the arms need to come down a little bit more? Looks good? Okay. I got it, looks good. I'm gonna get rid of the unfortunately, I've got a little bit of hot glue got on the arm. All right. So, okay, there's that one. Like I said, you know, these are not going to be, these are just for decoration, so you're not going to be, you know, kids aren't going to be playing with them. It's not something you totally have to have, like, full done in the sense of it. Okay. But I would do it on the side that you're going to have the arm hanging off of. But then we're going to hit it with a little bit of hot glue, just so it makes it, okay. So now we're going to snip. Put it on a couple times. Now you can start to see he's coming together. right? Got that one. I did this one a couple of years ago. Turned out really cute. Probably gonna give this one to my daughter. I'm making a mess, you know that? Making an absolute mess. Like I said, if you're gonna do this with this stuff, I would pick doing it outside where if it falls on the ground, nobody's gonna know because it's wood. All right, now with this one, you're gonna kind of have to pick them up and try to eyeball them. See, if I didn't pick that up, it would be really, so they're somewhat, not gonna be perfect. None of us are perfect, not even Mr. Scarecrow's perfect. So you're gonna do your best to get them as level as you can, but you don't want them to be, like that's really off and you can tell it. I need to pick it up a little bit more. But you definitely want to make sure that you're kind of having a little bit of a place. You know, you don't want them to be so, let's see what that looks like from that. I'm gonna kind of hold this so I can kind of see. Need more than one hand, right? Needs to go down a little further. Needs to be like right there. Okay, let's see what this does when I do it. Oh boy, you may not, well, can you all see? Oops, wait, hold it. I'm coming off thing. I don't know if you'll be able to see what I just, y'all see the birds. It was like a ton of them. It just went flying right overhead. A whole bunch of them. Totally. Like, oh, they're going south for the winter. They know the winter is going to be here before they know. Let's see where this is. Nope. There's where it needs to be. Need it up a little bit more. I had French toast this morning. We got some English bread from the Amish country from the store. It was really good. I made French toast this morning. It was delicious. I think that's pretty, maybe just a half of, just a little bit more. Trying to find the perfect, I think that's gonna be it. That's about, just needs to be a half of, it's not gonna be perfect. I think that's about as perfect as we're gonna get it, so. Go ahead and tie it to the side. You need to have it tied. I'm doing it about 3 different times, trying not to get his little thing all messed up. And you could put glitter on the you know, the little, we may put some glitter on there. So now we kind of got it up there. I think I'm going to do it one more time because I can't remember if I did it once or 2 or 3 times yet. Just tie it tight, snip it. Now we've got arms. This could have been up just a little bit more, but you know what you could do if you wind up having that, no, that won't work. We're just gonna leave it. It's okay. So that's his arms. Okay. Now for the legs, we're gonna put him on his belly for a second. Okay, and we're gonna take the feet. And you see the little stick in here? We're going to take that and we're going to make a knot. And then we're going to see if we need to change that. Because if we need to make the leg shorter, I mean, we don't want them that long. That'll be way, way too long. Okay. And you can use more durable. I think it all depends to where you're going to have it. That's way too long. So it's all going to depend on where you're going to have this. If this is going to be sitting on a mantle someplace, if it's going to be sitting outside in the garden, if it's going to be whatever, you're going to determine the strength of the string. If it's just going to be a decoration, then you don't really need to have a terribly strong thing. So we can put that up and see, because now we've got the arms. I think the legs will be a little longer, just because we don't want it to clink with the that are on the top part. Okay, come on. Then if we get done, we'll can sit and crochet for a little bit. I've been trying to get caught up. I got a little behind after we did a thing with my dad. That's, I think, pretty good. So, that looks pretty good. Whoops. There's another set of birds. Let's see. Yep, that's good. So now, we kind of decided where we're going to have them. We're going to take it, and you're really going to just kind of knot it and push it up. And then we're going to stick some glue in there, and it will put it down. Hi, 99-Minute Gamer. I got your email. I've just had a lot going on, but I'm planning to look at it, I promise you. So, the whole birds are flying south. I don't know if y'all can see them. They're like all going south. They're going, it's time to leave. It's getting cold. They're all going in a tribe. But I'm very thankful that no deer was injured in the thing. But man, it was like, all of a sudden, I was like, Josh slammed on the brakes, and my whole body didn't like it, that was for sure. I was not happy. So I just tied, it doesn't really matter because nobody's going to see the inside, and we're actually going to do something to secure. So now, I would pick it up again and see, because, oops, exactly where you kind of need that. Okay. That's good. But we're going to do something else so that, and then we got to, what I would do would be to put this there, determine where you're going to have your legs, take a little bit of glue and just get it to stay. Like I just took a little piece of glue and just, I got it so it wasn't going to move anymore. I don't need you anymore. And then I take my other one. This way you can kind of determine the legs are easier because, okay, yes, I did. I got it. I've just had a lot going on. So I haven't responded yet, but I did get it. So if you have a problem where you're kind of like, oh, well, I got a little bit too long, that's an easy fix. So you're going to tie them up, and then we're going to hit them with some glue, and then we're going to put more raffia, or whatever this stuff is called. It's like wood shavings is exactly what it is. And if I kind of did a little bit short, we're gonna, again, no person is perfect. The Scarecrow is far from perfect, guys. It's just cute. And it's really not that hard to make. So That's needs to go up just a little bit more, just so that's right, that's good. So just get the legs. If you lay it down, then you can kind of get an estimate of making sure that you're on target with it. You know, that they're about the same. They're not going to be perfect, but it's okay. He can be a little wobbly. I'm gonna pick them up and see. I need to adjust the leg length because when you stick it up there, it's off. So we'll undo a little section and it'll be fine. Let's see where he is now. There, that's good. You see? All right. So one more little zoop-de-zoop around it, or not, and then we're gonna lift it up one more time and make sure that I think that's about as good as we're gonna get it. All right. So now that we got it where we want, make sure you snip off the right yarn, the excess yarn that we don't need anymore. Now we're going to take a little bit of glue and we're going to get it so that it's positioned so it's not, the glue is not going to move. Okay, just take your glue gun and do that. And we're going to flip the legs over for a second. I'm going to get the other side of the thing, and you're just, nobody's going to see the inside of it. So the gun is actually smoking because it's cold out here. It's like, it's cold. Now, what we're going to do with the inside now is we've got this extra little bit of stuff, and this will also help. We're going to take some more of this stuff that I got, right? And we're going to put it inside the cavity of this Scarecrow so that it kind of hides. So, well, you got it all over yourself. Oh my goodness. See, now we're going to have this kind of coming down from the inside of it, okay? So we're going to stuff that inside of the Scarecrow. And now I'm going to kind of, reminds me of pasta to some degree. All right, so we're going to take this and just, I'm going to take this and I'm going to literally just put it till I run out of glue, which is just about now. And then I'm going to take this bunch of stuff and just stick it in the bottom. Snip off some ends. Now we literally have, I'll pick them up, and I'm covered in mess, but that's okay. Covered in whatever this stuff is. Now we have created a Scarecrow. Right? Isn't he cute? Mr. Bust. Isn't that cute? So that's how you make a Scarecrow from terracotta. And I'm going to put this down because the glue is still a little bit, it's not totally solidified yet. I'd probably push that in, and if I had more glue, I'd probably do a little bit more, but I can go back and do something, give the glue. And then take your glue gun too, if I've got a little bit left, I don't know if I have enough, and just take it underneath where we put the arms on, just to give it a little bit. I have a little bit left. Just to make sure that you don't have that coming out. Right? Now you have adorable, right? So you imagine you sit it on your mantle like this. You could put it in your garden, but like I said, if I was you and you were going to be doing it in the garden, I would be for sure sealing this with a little bit more stuff, right? So cute. So cute. And it didn't cost that much. Now, what we can do is, this is my trick of all tricks. Get yourself some glue, some glitter glue, because you can do a lot with glitter glue and it doesn't make a mess, okay? So we can take just a little bit of glitter glue, right? And we can just take it and just dance up his fall leaf to look like it's shimmering. We can put a little bit on the hat just to kind of spruce it up. Need to get myself some more glitter glue. Okay, so now we've got a little glue, a little sparkle on the thing, and a really cute terracotta scarecrow. And it can go on a mantle, it could go out on a porch, you know, go on your counter, so many different places. And it was really easy to make. It wasn't that difficult. It doesn't need to be perfect, but it's cute. And you don't have to paint pour it if you don't want to. You could just paint it. And hey, Jeremy Day. And put hashtag blessed in the chat if you want people to connect with your channel. But it's so cute. So this is Mrs. Blessed. the blessed scarecrow, right? Look at that. Just out of terracotta pots. You could use raffia or use whatever that I use. I'm going to cut off some of that. Trim it. Now that's hanging up. And you could give this as a gift if you wanted to somebody. You know, and then they have the cutest stinking scarecrow. And you made it. So. And just go by. Just don't make sure you cut the strings where you clicked it on. But if you need to, you know, do some trimming on that, just trim. Give it a haircut. And it works. And it's super cute. Super, super, super cute. So that's how you make our oh goodness, our scarecrow. I mean, you could even do this. I brought the pumpkin to show everybody, but you could even do this, right? Look at this. I would do something to secure it a little bit more than I'm about ready to secure this. I wouldn't just have it standing up and walking away. You'd probably wind up with it broken. But you could even do something like this, as long as you could secure it somehow. But you could even do something like this. You know, I would definitely secure it. But look how cute that is. I mean, you know, you could do something like that with a pumpkin. If I was going to do this, I would for sure find a way to make sure that it's secure. If you didn't want to put the raffia on top, you could even do this. I would get a pumpkin that has a longer stem so that you could put the stem, you know, this does not have a long stem, but even if you had a pumpkin that has a long stem, you could put this in your house with the pumpkin and then make sure it has the long stem, and then that would hold it. Hi Janet, your package will be there on Monday, hon. I'm going to email you the tracking number today or tomorrow. So if you had a long stem, you could put this up and it could sit on there. So I would have like a stem of something, and then you can always take it and maybe even put in something. But this is adorable. Wouldn't this be adorable sitting outside? I mean, I wouldn't leave it out possibly with all the wind and stuff, but you could put it out. Super cute. Right? Super, super, super cute. So I'm going to be definitely taking a picture. I will post that on the community tab. All right, so that's that. Let's make sure nothing happens to it. Knowing my luck, pass a little bit. Oh. I am covered in that stuff, guys. Absolutely covered. It's this stuff. But I'm literally covered in it. It's wood chippings, whatever it is, but I am covered in it. But I want to put our Scarecrow in here before I do something that it gets knocked off the table. Because that's my luck. I will get it off the table, literally. There. Thankfully it's wood. It's wood stuff because it'll just be that it won't hurt the environment. All right, let me put my needle away so I don't lose that. Okay. Turn that. I can turn off my glue guns because there's nothing left of them anymore. Okay, now with that being said, oh, good night. Like I said, if I was you, I would make sure you're doing it outside or someplace where you can control the mess, because it's going to be a mess. Okay, so let's start building our shoe boxes for our shoe boxes this year, guys. I don't remember the time when we have to have them in, but I think it's before. And we will put 2 of our soap caddies in. I'm going to figure out how to do this, guys. 2 of our soap caddies in, or 1 of our soap caddies in each box for them too as well. I guess I should read the instructions. 1, okay. Dupe. Okay, so I guess this and this. Okay, well, the sides get done. So we got to do the sides. Last year I went to Hobby Lobby, and you know, I don't mind doing this, but the boxes alone were like $4, and I was like, that's a trip to the Amish country if I can get them. And that way I get them, I get a trip down to thing. I got some gifts for Christmas. I got some stuff for the 2K. We're going to do a celebration. And when we get to 2K. So when we get to 2K, do a celebration. Come on. I don't want to go down. There is one little issue. So I know that the other boxes were nicer, but then I didn't have to put them together, but okay. We'll figure it out. There's one that it just does not want to go in. It wants to go in the holes, but it doesn't want to hold. Okay, well, this goes here. This goes here. I'm gonna have to tape that one. Okay. I'm gonna have to probably tape it if it doesn't want to do it. All right. Like I said, the supplies in it. And then, of course, it costs $10 to track it. We're going to get it to work. Okay. So that's... Wait, oh, I see. I'm trying to figure out where this goes because that goes down like that. Okay, there we go. That's why. We'll figure it out, guys. One bend at a time, that's for sure. Okay, first one done. Can we get 4 shoe boxes filled this year? All right. You know what? I think I realized what I did with the first one. I figured it out. Now I gotta fix it. That should go there, and then that will stay. Okay, take this, put that inside. This goes in here like this. That's for sure. Okay, that goes back in. I'm getting the hang of it. Now we're not having a problem getting them to stick. It's like, it's not holding. It's holding now. Let me fix my mistake. Because I made a mistake. Oh, did I fix it? No, I did that one. Okay, I got it fixed on it. Never mind. All right. Now they're a breeze once I figured out how to do them. And I went to school with Billy Graham's granddaughter, Jerusha. And she actually, I don't think they're married anymore, but she married our youth pastor. So I have a little bit of a relationship with Billy Graham. And I did pass him in the street. I just wish I had said hello. And I didn't. My grandma said, "That's Billy Graham. Do you want to say hello?" And I said, "No. I didn't want to bother him, but I really wish I had said hello." And my dad knew Billy Graham's, heard his daughter and son-in-law came to our church. So I have a little bit of a history. Not that I didn't mind other shoe boxes, but these were free. That was good. Like I could go down to the Amish thing. They had them for free. It's not, it's free to drop them off, but if you want them tracked, you have to pay the $10. I'd like to be able to track them. That was fun to track them last year. And we knew I think they went to Guatemala last year. Got one that just doesn't want to go in and stay. But once you start filling it, it'll... I have to use a little bit of tape on some of them. 3 and 4, and then 2 we're gonna have. Whoops, got falling shoe boxes, guys. We're also gonna have the giveaway for what is it, for the hat that was donated by Faith and Tackle and was signed by Dog the Bounty Hunter. It was such an awesome experience to meet him. I'm getting my skills to work out, I'm telling you. We had to... Maybe we'll be big enough as a channel one time that I can actually order them directly. But next year we're doing for 6. We're rooting for 6, guys. So, like I said. We started with getting supplies, so. We got 4 shoe boxes. I've got that stuff everywhere. All right. Start an assembly line here. Or try to start an assembly line, I should say. We'll start, we'll see how much stuff we have. Okay. This little box does not want to, you do not want to stay in, but it works. So again, we will be putting in 2 our soap caddies when we get them. And need the scissors. I don't have enough room. All right. So we ended up getting, we were at the school supplies at the Dollar Tree. So we got a pencil holder. So, and I have to look at the sizes. We're going to do 2 girls and 2 boys. So last year we had to pick an age. I think what we're going to do is pick, I'll look at the sizes. We'll do 2 boys, 2 girls, and we'll pick like a different age bracket for them. So this could be for a girl or a boy. So let me put that out here actually. So they're really not even. Okay, this is definitely for a boy. So we've got this one. I've got 4 pencil holders. We've got Post-it notes. So we're gonna get Post-it notes in each one of the thing. And I probably want to try to find like a little stuffed animal, so each one gets Post-it notes. I'll hold that thing until I can get some tape. Okay, we found these. Aren't they cute? Little pencil sharpeners made out of fishies. So we'll put yellow in with the boy, purple in with the girl to match the purple little thingamabob, the pencil holder. So we'll put pink one in with the girl, blue one in with the boy. Got these really cool, what is it? Nail files, but we'll take off the $1.25 little thing off of it. So we'll put the purple in with the girl. Got the cactus. Put that in with the boy. Got another cactus. And we got a pink boot. Cute, right? So, put that one in with the other girl to match the pink little thing, right? We got scissors. So, we'll take those out. So we'll put pink in with the pink stuff, blue in with the boy. We've got a green in with the girl. I'm still live, right? Hopefully, because the chat's not going. So hopefully everybody's enjoying this and still here and supporting. So we'll put green in with the girl, blue in with the thing with there. And then I got erasers. Look at the erasers I got. They're really cool. So put the erasers in. So I got one eraser for each one. So I'll put those there for a second because I've got pencils. I got pencils. Hi, Doris. Oh, well, thank you. I'm going to make sure everybody was still sticking around. So there's a story behind these pencils. I got these pencils. They got smiley faces on them. And since this is for my grandmother was very determined to give my daughter flowers for her graduation, but there was so much going on, and I said to my grandmother, Nana, why don't we wait? We'll wait until closer to my daughter's birthday. And she said no, and she was so insistent about getting these flowers for her. They were flowers that were kind of like they were really pretty flowers. And so I was like, okay. She was just she would not let it rest until I got the flowers, right? And so I got the flowers for my daughter, and they arrived on her birthday. But my daughter's graduation was May 19th. My grandmother passed on June 19th. My daughter's birthday is September 19th. And so I'm putting the pencils in here so that they can put the erasers in, and they're kind of all, I may add some more pencils anyway. And so when the things were delivered, the crazy thing about the whole thing that happened was when we took the vase and we put it on the stove to fix these flowers, when we removed the vase, there was a smiley face on the stove, like an image of a smiley face. No matter what we did, that smiley face lasted. It got a little bit lighter, but it didn't. It still stayed. It was not going to go away. So it was kind of like my grandmother kind of saying, see, I knew best. I tried to tell you. So she had the smiley face on the stove, and it was really kind of a little bit creepy, I can say that. But anyway, whenever my daughter sees a random smiley face, she's like, that's my grandmother. So anyway, we got a smiley face, and that thing stayed on the stove. And so I thought I have to do smiley faces, right, when we're doing this, because we're doing this in my grandmother's memory. So okay, we may add some more pencils in a minute. I'm just kind of eking them out right now. Let's see. So I'm like, they seem to have these. And I thought at Dollar Tree, I gotta add the pencils. Gotta add the smiley face pencils. So okay. So we can add more pencils. Let's see. Let us see. We got 4 more pencils left, so we'll add another green to the boy. We'll do a gold. So, stocked up with pencils. And then, we'll do another gold and another green. Another. Yep, so my grandmother did too. We do a red and another red smiley face on this side. My grandmother was really good with like young children. She wasn't too good with them with the older. Got older, she just, I don't know, it was weird. I loved her though. I had two grandmothers and they were just, I'm thankful I had them. Oops. Thankful I had them, and I'm thankful that God gave them to me for sure, because they were, the thing came out of here and now I gotta see if I can fix it. Thankful that I had them. Thankful that she was, you know, she did her best. And a lot of, you know, I had grandmother Nana. My mother's mother was just, she had a lot. And my other grandmother, she was undiagnosed bipolar, so. Okay, hopefully it'll stay. Okay, that's that one. And two more for, oh, I didn't see that you can fix it from the inside. Well, that's nice to know. Okay, so I can fix it inside of it. I didn't see that before. So, I'm glad I figured that out. Okay. Then we've got crayons. I'm going to say them wrong, but I've said crowns for the rest for my entire life. We still got to fill these boxes even more, guys. So, some more stuff we got to put in here for sure. But this is a start. We got the start of them happening because they've got to be done. And if Josh and I go away for Thanksgiving, then I like to get them in before we go for sure. Then I got smiley face stickers. My kids in Sunday school teacher, why they were so sweet. Yep. You know, I'm just thankful that, you know, I had them. I got to know them. And as far as I know, they're in heaven with Jesus, and I'll see them one day and I'll be perfect. But my grandmother felt bad that my grandmother was undiagnosed bipolar, and she didn't have the correct medication. She'd have been a whole different person if she had been on the right meds. But she was tough. I have a lot of family members, a lot of women in my family that were just really tough cookies, and I come from them. We have Post-it notes. So I'll put one in each one. And we do have on our link tree, we do have you know, a whole thing of you know, things you can on our wish list so that we can fill these things. So I'd like to get them filled for sure. And I started, I've got 3 blankets going, guys, at once, if you can just imagine. I spent this morning doing nothing but crocheting, and I thought, I knew I had to get Bible verses updated on the channel. I'm like, no, I just feel like doing nothing else but crocheting, and that's what I did this morning. So, I was like, okay, it'll work. Sometimes you just have to do that. I just needed a crochet morning. I was like, okay, we're crocheting today. Plus that blanket's kind of on a time, gotta get it done in a certain amount of time. So it is on a time. Again, you can put a hashtag blessed in the chat if you want people to connect with your channel. Make sure you guys, you're connecting the right way. Make sure you're connecting in a way that's going to make sure that those connections stick. All right. I got little notebooks. I'm just cutting off the price tag. Because I don't like price tags. I don't think they should be on stuff. Plus, my grandmother would not have liked it. I can tell you that verbatim. She'd be like, get the price tags off. I'm trying to find a space to stick it. So I'm trying to see. Jigsaw puzzle time. Okay. Not that way. Okay. It's like it's just okay. Well, we're not going like that. So we'll go back to the way things were before I just started. I wonder if we take this out, if that'll. No, that's not gonna work. Oops. It's Mary playing jigsaw time. I like to get these things stuff because we have to remember we are so blessed that it may very well be the only thing that these kids get for Christmas is what's in these shoe boxes. You know, and we have to be like, okay, we have, you know, we are just very blessed as a country. The kids are blessed, and it may be literally the only thing that they receive. I could put the scissors in with the stuff, maybe. No, the scissors are not going to fit. The scissors are not going to fit. No, we're not done stuffing this. Okay. The turquoise, which is Christina's, my daughter's favorite color. I can go in with the, oh, we got a purple. I gotta switch that. Turquoise goes in for the boy. Or light blue, I guess you can say. Light blue on that one. We're gonna flip these because this is kind of becoming the purple girl section over here. I'd like to be able to get like a stuffed animal. Hi Ace, how are you? I'd like to be able to get a stuffed animal. Guys, we gotta fill these with more stuff. Because this is just not, this is all I have so far. Plus we gotta do the $10 per thing to travel. And I got pencils, but I do it with you all because then that way, if you all do go and look at the list of stuff that we have through our wish list, you'll know what we have. And so you'll be able to, you know, Okay, they already have that. We already have the nail polish or the nail thing and so forth. So, but we got to get some more stuff. Got to get some more stuff. And I'm going to be putting one of our soap caddies in each one of these. But we got to film more stuff. So this is, I think if you're a channel, you have a responsibility to do stuff like this because you've been blessed. So, and I'll look at the ages. Anyway, this is what we have for one of the boxes. So it still needs more goodies in it. We gotta put more goodies in it. For sure. Okay. That's definitely one. But it's not totally full yet. Okay. And this is another one. About halfway full. So we've got to fill the rest of them, and it'll go from Blessed to Crochet's channel for sure. So we've got that one. We've got this one. One's for a boy. Got to put some more goodie stuff in it. This for another boy. So right now we have crowns. I know I said it wrong. I said it that way my entire life. Nail file, pencils, erasers, scissors, little notebooks, 3x5 cards, post-it notes, crowns. But we got to fill it with more. So this is our goal. Put you up so you can see the fall leaves. This is our goal this year, guys, to take 4 of these boxes to the local place where we drop them off from Blessed to Crochet. Because this may be the only gift that a child gets for Christmas. And so we want to give back in memory of my grandmother. So we got to fill these boxes. And we have probably, I can't remember, I'll have to look at the dates. I think usually it was like the mid of October. October's almost over. Mid of November before we can send them out, drop them off. So we have a couple weeks. So when I do a live, I'm going to be showing people the boxes. I may not show them all, but if I can, I will. So people realize, that we have to fill them. If they'd like to send us a little bit through Venmo, it's on our link tree. If they want to go and see the lists we have through Samaritan's Purse, it's on there. Yeah. But we would like to drop these off. We've just got to fill them more, and we have to be able to do the $10 per box to track them so that we know where they're going, so I could let you all know where they're going. Yeah, Ace, you put #blessed. The link is just because I wanted people to know the link tree. Because all of our links are there. Our email is there. Everything is there. Our email, our TikTok, all the links that you guys need are all there in our link tree. So we want to get these 4 boxes filled from Blessed to Crochet. It will be a soap caddy going into like I said, one of our soap caddies going in each one of these boxes. But we got to put some more stuff in it. Maybe some socks. I'd like to get a little stuffed animal that we can put in there. So we got some more stuff we got to put in there, guys. Right. #blessed. And Matt will show your link. And so that's that. Tomorrow, I'll show you where I am on the blanket so you guys can see. I don't know if we'll have wood enough to crochet. We've made a mess. It made a mess. Brought the rocking chair out. I don't know if I'll get to the rocking chair tonight. All right, so currently we are working on. This is kind of the they both kind of have time sensitive, but this is kind of time sensitive. The person that asked me to do this, they are going to, they are here in Ohio for a certain time, and it's not backwards, it's just backwards to you all for some reason. But anyway, it says you. I don't know why it's backwards, but anyway. Time sensitive because they're going, they have to have them here, or I have to have them done because he goes home after December and he wants to give it in December. So this is the first one we're working on. I love these type of blankets, guys. These are my favorite blankets, and they're really not that hard to do. If you can crochet, you can do a single crochet. So that's the first one. That's the one I kind of got lost in space today. That's that one. This one we're also working on for actually this channel that helps people that are first responders, people that are disabled, people that have special needs kids that deserve, or other people can nominate them to go on a cruise. We are doing this blanket for their upcoming auction, but they knew that this blanket may not get done in time for the auction, but it was started. This is a lighthouse blanket. You guys can go see the short we did of all the blankets. I think I counted 18 of them. You will see that these bobble stitch blankets, hands down, are the ones that I go to all the time, and I just love doing them. So this is our lighthouse blanket. There was a problem and I had to fix it, and I did. Fix it. So this is the lighthouse. This is how much it's grown. Yes, I love these blankets, hands down. So you got the waves there, right? Okay. And this is the lighthouse. You can see the lighthouse and the side, and there's the lighthouse on this side. I've done this twice. I did one for my husband, but this one is just leftover yarn I had to be able to finish. So that's the one. I've got 3 blankets going at once, I'm telling you. Okay, this one I'm super excited about. Really, really excited about this one, guys. Really excited about this one. These patterns, and Sandy, this is what I kind of want, while you're here, and I'll explain. I think I kind of know how to do it, but I'll still send you the pattern. I'm not the greatest at Excel, but I've kind of started learning how to do it. I don't have Excel, I have Google Sheets. But these are not my pattern. I get them from Clearfully Crocheted on Etsy. They're not mine, so I can't show them necessarily. I can't do anything because they're not mine to do. They're copyrighted, so I can't do that. And I would not do that. That's her pattern. She's worked really hard to accomplish them. And so it would not be the thing to do. But they come on sheets like this, okay? So that's just part of it. But anyway, they come on sheets, and they kind of come on like paper, like you print them out on 8x1/2 sheets of paper and you tape them together. So they're like that, right? And you tape them together. And I have not figured out how to. Sandy said I need to do them in some kind of panel, and then there's like a gray side on the sides so you can tape them together and everything. And I'll learn how to do them. I'm sure she'll help me with that. But I have really never had a pattern up until now that I can call my own that I've done. But I have done my very first official bobble stitch pattern. I'm so excited. So I started it. And this is the color, okay? And this is the bottom. You always kind of start with the bobble stitch border, right? So this is how far I've gotten with this one. And I can't really go any further until I figure out how to print this stuff so I can put it together and have a pattern. This is for a friend that has commissioned me to do a blanket. Now I've got this stuff all over the yarn. Oh well. So I have every intention of showing people how to do the bobble stitch blankets. Now, with that being said, I will put them up most likely on our merch store for, like, she charges $5, probably how much I'll charge for a downloaded pattern. It'll be for private use only. It'll be, it'll be copyrighted just like hers. But I am planning to show us making this blanket for pattern's sake, but and for you guys to see the progress and how I'm doing it. I would be glad if somebody's interested in testing this blanket. I can't really offer much for testing, but I can offer the pattern for free if anybody's interested to test it. I tend to crochet very, very loosely. So I'm already realizing that with these patterns, I need to start using a 4.5 hook, even though a lot of her patterns are done with a 5 or a 5.5 hook. So I don't know if I can get totally an accurate measurement on the blanket because of how I tend to crochet. But anyway, I don't mind testing my own patterns, but maybe it'd probably be a good idea for somebody that's a little bit better at them to kind of, I mean, I'm good at them, but I have to use a 4.5 hook just because I tend to crochet loosely. But I won't show the entire pattern because I'll put it into our merch store once I figure out how to save it and do all the kind of stuff and write it. Because you're not really following a pattern, you're more following a graph. And once you understand how to read these, they'll change your life if you're a crocheter. So what I'm going to start doing is showing you all how to do these by doing a sample, maybe it's hearts or something, and using some scrap yarn so you guys can see exactly how to do them, exactly how to read the pattern, so you guys know how to do them. Because when you understand how to do them, when you understand how to change the yarn, because right now with that, with this blanket, I have 3 strands of yarn coming out of the blanket. Okay, it's getting dark out here, but there's 3 strands of yarn. They're hooked to the blanket. And so changing over sounds a little bit ominous, but it really isn't. It's pretty simple once you understand how to do that. So that does not mean that people would like to come in here and they go, well, I don't crochet. It doesn't matter. Even though we're doing, we're going to take the pumpkin and we're going to do a face on the pumpkin. We're filling the shoe boxes, right? We're crocheting. It doesn't matter. This is also a great opportunity for you all to come in and connect and grow. It means coming in and starting a conversation with people in the chat. We're really trying to get to 2K. So just because I'll put up and say a tutorial on bobble stitch, basic understanding of how to read the pattern, I'm also going to put connect and grow, because I really want people to come in, connect with each other, grow, and be able to do that, whatever we're doing. We decided to go ahead and keep the hashtag blessed on the channel, because that's your guys' crochet hook. And as long as it's being used responsibly, which means that you guys are, connecting properly. If you come in and there's a lot of people happening in the chat, then go ahead and do a playlist. And then when they drop their link for their channel, go over to their channel and save a video and then go back and watch it when you're done. That's a great way to make sure that you're going to make the connection really stick. So I'm really hoping that people will see the value of that. I was very hesitant to really show people how to crochet because I didn't feel like I was good enough. I don't know, good enough, but I didn't feel like I had the skills to do that. But I've had numerous people really ask me to show these basic blankets and how to do them. And I feel like if somebody is going to purchase our pattern, which is the one of like many, I'm going to do an Elvis one. I'm hoping to do other ones as well. It would be good to have an instruction of exactly how to do them so that they could go back and watch that. So I probably will do both a live and a video. You're going to see that Pacific one, this one, which is our own pattern. You're going to see that grow in a way that I can't show those other two patterns. Now, the one I'm doing that kind of has a timeline for this one, the bottom part is actually our pattern because I had to add that. The top is hers. The blue part is hers, but the gray part is their birthday on the bottom, the child's birthday. And so I had to add that one because that was me having to add that bottom part to be able to do. And I think that people, and I've said it before, we are glad to do a blanket for somebody if they'd like to commission us to do one. I think that, if there's somebody and they're getting married, think about maybe the grandparents or the parents coming together and, investing in a blanket like that. Or, the grandparents are going to have a grandchild and come together and make a blanket for them. Because it stands really the test of time, and it can become so personable, really, in a lot of meaning. And these, hands down, these blankets, I've just decided, yeah, I'm the blanket lady. And these, hands down, are my passion. I really enjoy doing them. I love doing them. I get how to do them. I didn't think that I could do them, but I'm so glad that I decided to do crochet my first one. And they really come up pretty easy. If you can do a single crochet, and I also like corner to corner, but there's just something about these blankets. And I just think it's because, and I've said it before, they just become so personable. And you can make them, so much to be, to do that, they just become so personal. And they don't have to be, they just are so unique. And that's the one reason I just absolutely love doing them. So, they're mine. They're my niche for sure, is those blankets. I don't really do hats well. This hat I did, but it's something that I totally enjoy doing. I did the hat for Jeanette. I included that in her box of yarn, but I don't like amigurumis. I like doing wearables. I do those kind of well. I've done some wearables. I actually have one that I'm working on right now, but I've had to put that aside, and it's for me. But I enjoy doing wearables to some degree. It's more like, not sweaters and all that kind of stuff, but just ones that you kind of put over, a dress or something like that. I enjoy doing that kind of stuff. But anyway, yeah, it got dark. And so tomorrow, we're going to make a horse on the pumpkin. It's really not going to be. I just thought this one just lend itself to it. And it's an Amish. It got down from the Amish country. It's going to be really cute. So we'll do that tomorrow. You just need acrylic paint. I brought some stuff to go with it. And I'll bring out the shoe boxes again to let everybody know that we've started filling them. You just got to start filling them, and then we, of course, have to have the $40 for tracking each one of them, so that we can make sure that we know where they go. And we do that every year, and we'll continue to do that. We have been very, very blessed, and we want to continue blessing others as well. So with that being said, I don't know what degree it is, but it's really gotten colder. I'm going to go inside. I'm going to have something to eat. I'm going to finish out. I put out 21st Bible verse. I'm going to put 22nd, 23rd, and 24 before I go to bed tonight, and try to get 25 done. The songs that go with it, we'll see if I can, if there are songs longer than 3 minutes, then I won't release them till tomorrow. But one thing that I've realized lately is all of a sudden there are shorts, and I'm really glad we're kind of doing our music we're creating through Suno for our Bible verses. And even I'm starting to just kind of, to some degree, not use too much of the YouTube music, as I'm getting notifications that says, oh, that song is no longer available. Like your recipe for one of your cookies, I think last time, Sandy, they said, well, the short's been moved to unlisted because the person opted out of using the music anymore. I'm like, gravy. And when you do a short, there's no way to add the music back. When you do a video, you could go in, but not for a short. So I'm like, I'm really kind of glad that the Bible verses, so if you see a couple shorts and they have no sound, I think I've gotten 3 already, and just to pass a little bit, it's because they've said sorry, but the music person hasn't opted to do the program anymore, and so they've removed the song, and either you can have it unlisted or listed with no music, or you can have it deleted. And I'm like, no, I don't want it to be deleted. So anyway, I'm really kind of glad we're doing our own music. But 5 o'clock tomorrow, we're gonna do the pumpkin, and we're gonna make a horse out of it, and hopefully once we get done with that, we can do some crochet. But guys, when we're doing any of these things, please realize this is a time for you all to come in and connect and grow. Just because we're doing crafts or filling shoeboxes or talking or doing crochet or whatever, please realize that the benefit of really being able to come in and chit chat. Okay, well, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for coming on in. I appreciate it. For Chit Chat is there to help you guys grow your channel and build this community. And you know, the other day people shared us out and more people came in. So you guys have the power too to, when you guys come in, to just share us out. That will help bring more people in. And I'm really making every time that we come in, no matter what we're doing, a time of connect and grow, because that's what this channel is been. It's always been about connection. We're trying to grow our community. We're trying to get to 2K. We can do it, but I certainly need your help to get there. Can't do it on my own, that's for sure. So anyway, I'm gonna go inside, have my tea. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell y'all, you would not believe it. I have to bring it out. I broke my mother's teapot the other day. Right? Broke her teapot. And I ordered a teapot through Wayfair, and it came today, broken. So I had to call them up and say, the lady couldn't have been nice. She said, I am so sorry that happened. I love tea too. And I said, yeah. She said, they're sending me a new teapot that now I have to wait till next Wednesday to get. I have one that goes on the stove, but we put the tea in and let it steep in the teapot. And they wanted pictures. I said, well, this thing was not packaged well, because it literally was packaged around the teapot, but it wasn't packaged around the sides, so the whole thing went like this. So the handle broke off and the spout totally broke off. And I'm like, I wonder if I can take the teapot and do something with it now. She said, you can do whatever you want with it. I'm like, it may get used as a craft now, because it's totally useless to drink out of. So we're getting another teapot. And I'm like, they better, do it. I just bounced back and forth. So we'll see. We'll see if the next one comes cracked. But the teapot was totally cracked. So who knows? It may come out here as a project. And I kind of have an idea for it. So we'll see. We will see. And maybe get used as a project. I don't know yet. I'm kind of thinking of doing something with it. I just don't know what. Yeah. Oh, there's a hole in it. There's a whole hole on the side, and we don't have a place to really plant it around here. But I'm thinking about doing something with it. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I have an idea of something to do to show you all. I just don't know yet. We're going to see. But it's totally useless as a teapot and broke. They had teapots down in the Amish country for like $25. So this one comes broken, then I'm going to just go down and tell them to cancel it and go down to the Amish country and get a teapot for $25. So anyway, it seemed like that other thing worked. I like that. So anyway, I didn't know how that was going to work tonight, but we'll see. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow when we make a horse out of the pumpkin. Alrighty? Love you all. Shoeboxes are starting to be filled, but we need your help to finish filling them, and of course do the $10 a box so that we can track them, so that we know where they're going. So I'll pull these back out tomorrow, but at least we got started with them tonight. I love you all. Remember to be proud of being yourself. Everyone else is taken. Keep crocheting that connection. No crochet hook is required. Sandy, I will send you that file shortly. And at least it didn't rain tonight. Thank you. And we have you covered. Thank you so much for having us covered. And we will get the computer for Blessings Through Connection up shortly. But we're just kind of in the pinch right now. Maybe tomorrow, if it's not too cold, I can take it outside and... Hi, Alfie's Backyard Farm. Welcome on in. I know it's dark. I'm here, believe me. I'm here. It just got dark. And I could turn the light on, but we're almost done. Go ahead and do me a favor. If you can go ahead and do hashtag blessed in the chat, Alfie, people can connect with your channel. We will be on tomorrow for another time of Connect and Grow, and a time where and I have your channel pulled up so that I can make sure that I connect properly. If you haven't hit that button, please do. See, I have a playlist on here just so people know. When people come in, and I want to make sure that I make the proper connections. I have a playlist that has, it's a private playlist that says new connection. And then that way I make sure that I'm going to make the connection properly. It's a private playlist, and then I just put that person in there, and then I can make sure that I make the connection properly. And this is our other channel as well. If you're not connected with Blessings Through Connection, that is our other channel that is really focusing on Connect and Grow. But we'll be back tomorrow for some other Connect and Grow. We are filling, maybe y'all can't see them, but for Alfie that came in, we are filling the Samaritan's Purse shoe boxes. We have 4 to fill for the channel, and so we're going to need people's help for sure for that. So anyway, see you tomorrow. I'm trying to get up a little bit early, but anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Bye-bye. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody.